Is a community light meditation. So we're going to start with a little bit of bowls, see how it works, see how I do. Please close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And by deep breaths, I mean 6 counts in, slow, then hold at the top of the breath for 6 counts, and then 6 count exhale, like this. I think last night Serena was talking about an audible breath. So do your best to have audible breaths so you can actually hear yourself breathing. So we'll do it another time. Hold at the top. And then exhale at the bottom. And I'll have you do 3 more on your own. See in your imagination a large fisherman's net and take hold of one end of it. Slowly watch as the net grows larger and larger. It is expanding past the walls of your room, past the walls of your house. It is slowly becoming bigger and wider. It is stretching throughout your entire city and beyond to your neighboring states. It's widening to include the entire continent. It is slowly unfolding to embrace the whole world. See this net in your mind's eye if you can, encircling the world, stretching out into infinity. Breathe in deeply and focus on the feel of the net in your hands. Let your breath out slowly. Continue to feel the net. Meditation is a wonderful time to train yourself to breathe slowly. When you breathe slowly, it calms down your nervous system and tells your body that you are okay. It is the fastest way to get to homeostasis. As you feel the net, experience that you are connected to all of the people on this call today, all of the people that live on your street, all of the people in your town, all of the people in your state, all of the people in your country, all of the people in the world. You are part of the net that weaves us all together. Notice how it feels to experience oneness. Notice how it feels to be connected. Now imagine at each intersection of the net contains a brilliant jewel. What kind of jewels do you see? Amethysts, pearls, rubies, diamonds. Are they all the same, or is each one different? It doesn't really matter. Just picture it how you would like it to be. Look closely at one of the jewels in the net. It is brilliant and lit from within. It is so brilliant that it is reflecting all of the other jewels in its bright face. All of the jewels of this net are like this. Notice how each one shimmers and reflects the light from all of the other jewels. As you're looking at the beautiful jewels that make up this infinite net, I want you to find the jewel that represents a member of your own community, a person or animal, whatever comes to mind. Find the jewel that belongs to that being right now. Even if that person has passed, they're still part of the net. They're still connected to you, to us, because the net is what holds all of us together in this life and beyond this life. So find their jewel and notice how it shines. Notice how their jewel is different from all the other jewels. What makes it special? What makes it priceless to you? If you want to say something to that person, do it now in your imagination and know that they can hear you. Listen for a few moments and see if they respond to you and in what way. Now I want you to look at the other jewels. And in those jewels, see the faces in this retreat with you. These are the women you're going to spend the next 20 hours with. You'll be sharing things about your life, dreaming, setting goals, visions. This is your community for the next 2 days. See the faces in the jewels. Then look for that one brilliant jewel that is you. Connect with her. Look deeply into her eyes, the window of the soul. What does she long for? What does she need? What would have her have an absolutely wonderful experience in this retreat? Now look back out at all the other jewels connected through the net to you. What do they need from you? What do the other women in this community need from you this weekend? What can you give? Who can you be to support a community of 32 women living a life they love? Now I want you to take 5 minutes without me talking and just be with you and the community. Just be. If you lose your focus, go back to your breath. 6 counts in, hold at the top, and 6 counts out. The breath is the answer to homeostasis. Let yourself fall deeply inside of you. Use your breath as the mat, the grounding force. Now I want you to go back to the net and the jewels and those people in your life and the people in this retreat, the hopes, the dreams, and open your heart. Open your heart to what's possible for them and you. Bring your future self to your mind's eye. See her face. Where does she wind up? What does she love about her life? What brings her joy and peace? And connect with her. Know that you are her. And know that these women in this community are all on the journey with you, regardless of the walk of life, the color, the race, the age, mother, non-mother, hetero, gay, doesn't matter. We're all on the journey together. Really presence you as one of many and you as an individual. And know that how you go, your community goes. Your happiness is their happiness. Your joy is their joy. And when you surround yourself with like-minded people, people who hold you up and see you bigger than you see yourself, you have everything inside you. And when you're surrounded with people who also get that they have everything inside them, stronger as a team. And we make a difference. Consider now their values, those things that you hold dear, that define you, that you live by. How do your values support you in moving forward to get from where you are to where your future self is? And take a nice big breath in of those values, whether it's economic, art, outdoors, nature, family, children, God, love, peace, beauty, travel, work, contribution to people. What are those values? And what kind of people do you want to surround yourself with who also share your values? So as you go from you to community, community to you, start to capture the essence of what is important to you. It doesn't matter if you've been doing those things or paying attention to those things. The past doesn't matter. All that matters is right now. Now I want you to imagine Indra's net, the net with the jewels. The faces in the net are now surrounding you in a large circle. And as you look across the circle, you see the eyes of the people in this Zoom room, and you connect at a cellular level. Speak one word that communicates to the community, silently to the community, of what they can count on you for. And let that wash over you inside of that breath. And the next word you will speak is what you need from the community. Silently speak that word to the community. And let that word wash over you. Now it's almost time to come back to this room. Before you do, take a few moments to focus on your breath. Again, feel Indra's net in your hands. Feel the jewels. Feel your feet or your knees or your legs on the floor or your back against the chair, however it is that you're sitting. Feel your shoulders, your neck, your head. Feel your skin under your clothes or the air in the room brushing against your face. If you ever need to get present or grounded, just rub your feet on the floor and feel your skin and your clothes. Take one last look at the infinite, the shimmering net, and remember that you are part of it. You have always been a part of it, and you will always be a part of it. We are all connected, and each one of us has a difference to make with our family, with our community, with each other. And it all begins with making a difference for yourself. And that's what this retreat is about. It's about reconnecting to you, or maybe connecting to you for the first time. At your own pace, at your own time, slowly come back to this room and open your eyes. And when you're ready, we will complete the meditation. Please take out your journal and jot a few notes of anything that you want to remember, anything that's important to you. And we're going to have about 5 minutes before we start yoga. So use your journal as much as you want. Go to the restroom, do what you need.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shivaya Shivaya Namah. Shivaya Namah. Shambho Shankara Namah Shivaya. Gita Shankara Namah Shivaya. Shambho Shankara Shivaya. Gita Shankara Shivaya. Shambho Shankara Shivaya. Gita Shankara Arunachala Shiva Namah Shivaya. Arunachala Shiva Namah Shambho Shankara Namah Shivaya. Girija Shankara Namah Shivaya. Arunachala Shiva Namah Shivaya. Arunachala Shiva Namah Shivaya.
Miss Hildy. Take it away.
Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Namaste. What I'd love you to do is just, if you've got the space, just lie down flat on your back for a moment. And then we'll get up and we'll get very, very active. So I've been a yoga teacher for decades and decades. I teach very many different disciplines. So just as the mood takes me. But this morning, what I want to do, seeing as we're all ladies and we're doing this amazing time together, and it's a complete honor and a joy to have the time and the ability to do this, I just want to bring something to mind for you. So I'd like you to lie flat on your back and close your eyes if that's possible. If you're not going to lie flat on your back, and flat on the back is take the legs a little bit wider than hip width, let your feet flop out, let the heels be in, let the palms be up, shoulder blades down, and let the back of your neck be long so that your chin isn't sticking out. If the chin sticks out, then the ego engages. That's a physiological fact. If you stick your chin out, you produce testosterone, makes you aggressive. So tuck the chin in very, very slightly, let the back of the neck be long, relax the shoulders, open hands. Try and be undefended. It's not something we often do in our world, but try and be completely undefended. Good. I'm seeing some of you lying down. If you can lie down, great. If you feel you need to sit, then sit, but it feels it feels more undefended when you're lying down. But be comfortable any way you like. If anybody's back hurts, put something underneath your knees, like a cushion or a blanket or a bolster, or just bend your knees, put the soles of your feet on the ground, but be comfy, absolutely comfy. Okay, so despite certain chromosomes expressing themselves predominantly as male or female, we come from both equally. According to yoga philosophy, the male energy is symbolized by the sun and the feminine energy is symbolized by the moon. You've all heard of, or I'm sure many of you have heard the word Hatha yoga. It just means sun and moon yoga. It means male and female. It's the absolute foundation of yoga, is that we have male and female energy. And the music we just listened to was singing to Shiva. The male energy in yoga teachings is represented by Shiva, and the female energy is represented by Shakti. So masculine and feminine energy exist within each and every one of us, regardless of our sex or gender. Both of these energies are necessary for balance and for longevity on this earth. And we can so easily fall out of balance. The entire human system and our entire planet is based on balance. The way our brain works best is if it doesn't get too much or too little stimulation. The way our digestion works best if it doesn't get too much or too little food. The way we're most comfortable is if we're not too hot or too cold. So everything is entirely about balance. And there's a wonderful research done on the brain called the Goldilocks curve that says the brain only functions optimally and has access to a higher brain function when we are not over or understimulated, but when we're in the Goldilocks zone, when things are just right for us. So I want you to just feel what is just right for you. Okay, so both of these energies are necessary for balance. Our society is currently in masculine overdrive. It can be over-aggressive. There are ways that it can be harmful expressions of masculine energy within ourselves or in the world, and these have become normalized for us. In many ways, it seems that the masculine and feminine energy no longer honor each other, and we've seen many ways in which that happens, when in fact, each is a gift. And there's masculine and feminine energy in all of us. The masculine energy in balance is structure and organization, protection, containment. In its true expression, it's an organic part of life. The female expression of energy brings us into embodiment. It brings us into the heart. We need both. Now, even in the world of yoga and spirituality, similar thing is this thing about male and female energy is happening. Our practice can easily become too forceful, too masculine, too competitive, too regimented. When I first trained in yoga 40 years ago, it was very masculine because yoga was really designed for 15-year-old male bodies. And it's none of us in this group that are 15-year-old males. So masculine practices focuses on transcending the body to stay in a state of enlightenment. Okay. But we need to balance this with the feminine. So only when we bring the masculine and the feminine together, the feminine of aesthetics, purification, we can have a balance. So female energy comes from embodiment, and that's where bliss comes from. The curves of our bodies, body awareness, acceptance, emotional acceptance, pleasure, sensing, feeling, and experience our ever-changing bodies in a joyful way. Okay, so nothing at all about our practice today should be forced by the masculine, should feel in any way forced or competitive or in any way hard. Let's just be gentle and balanced. Okay, let's just take a deep breath in and breathe out through your mouth, sigh. And again, breathing in, breathe out through your mouth, sigh. One more time, breathe in, breathe out through your mouth and sigh. Okay, let's bring the right knee up onto the chest. Just bring your shin down towards your right ear. You can rock a little bit from side to side, just massaging into your spine and along the spine. Feel the shoulder blades, the hips, the back of the buttocks, the glutes. Put your hands on your right knee, make a little circle with the right knee, just to get the body to feel connection with your body in the earth. Go completely into sensing. You can always ask yourself, am I being or am I doing? So I want you to be. I want you to feel what it feels like to make that small movement with your knee. And then let go of that leg and make a big movement with your knee. Make a big circle with your knee. Big as you can, nice and slow, smooth. Honor the shape of your beautiful round hip joints. We use our legs like hinges, and we wonder why our hips wear out. Okay, opposite direction, use your hip like a circle, honor it. Send a message to the brain that says, I'm moving this hip joint. Please send me some more lubrication so I can move it with greater ease and grace and power. Okay. Put that leg down, bring the other knee up. Hug your left knee towards your ear, rock a little bit from side to side. Again, just feel the quality of your connection with the floor. You can close your eyes if you want to. Relax your face. Can you bring a little Mona Lisa smile on your lips? Just relax. That's the most relaxed your face can be. Make a little circle with your knee, with your hands around the knee. Just a little circle, just beginning to honor that hip structure. We do things, guys, from our hips. We do things from the abdomen, from the pelvis. That's where we do from. So we're just starting there so that we are working into the deep pelvic floor so we can move. Okay, again, big circles now with that left hip. Make a few circles, maybe half a dozen, big, slow, smooth circles. Just getting that hip structure working. It might make some clicking sounds, that's okay. It's just decompression, popping happening. Let's go in the opposite direction. Just moving easily through the hips. Okay, and I'd like you to bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, bring your legs quite close together and flex your feet, which means you make your feet flat as if you're standing on them. Okay, you're going to keep your elbows wide. We're just going to work into our spine. I want you to be very conscious of what your spine feels like, okay? It's referred to as the spinal cord. Take a breath in. And on an out breath through your nose, just lift your head up a little bit and look at your toes as you breathe out. And then breathing in, slowly come down again as you breathe in with the elbows down. Take a big breath in, nice and slow. And as you breathe out through your nose, lift your head, look at your toes. I want you to become aware of your spinal cord. Feel it from your tailbone to the front of your forehead. Okay, take a breath in. And again, very slowly lift. Don't pull with your elbows. Just gently encourage your head to lift with your hands. You're not pulling with your elbows, nothing aggressive. Beautiful balance between the weight of your legs and the upper body. Okay, a couple more times, lifting like that. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning, who was a wonderful yoga teacher in London, and she said we shouldn't call it the spinal cord, we should call it the brainal cord, because that's where we develop from. You know, your spinal cord really starts at your upper lip, the upper part of your jaw, and goes around the back of your head and all the way down to your tailbone. And certainly your spine, just keep lifting, small little movements, just waking up the abs and lengthening out the spine here. Just lifting up and lowering. So your spinal cord is in a bag called the dura mater. It's like made of something that's like wetsuits, like neoprene. And your spine and all your nerves are in there, wrapped in this bag that includes your entire brain and all the way to the tailbone. So that's what we're working with, our brainal cord. Okay, bring your knees up onto the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side, just easing your back. And then I want you just to drop completely to the left-hand side with your knees bent. Come into a fetal position. What happens when you lie like this is you stimulate the right-hand side of your brain. So we're going to work very much to stimulate the left and the right-hand side of the brain. They talk about, you know, traditionally, let's roll to the other side. We talked about the right-hand side of the brain being the creative side, being the feminine side, and the left-hand side of the brain being the masculine side. That is not remotely true, but we can stimulate. What we need is we need both sides of the brain. Okay, push with your left hand and come up to sitting. And let's just come up. What I'd like us to do is I want to give you 3 lovely exercises in biogenetics to balance your brain. So you have the left hemisphere and you have the right hemisphere of your brain. And yes, the left hemisphere has got stuff like structure and logic. If the left hemisphere of the brain works great, it provides structure. And if the right hemisphere of the brain works correctly, it provides freedom. Okay, but we can get stuck in one or the other. So the exercise I'm going to do with you now are biogenetics exercises. They're by a guy called, what's his name, Wayne Cook. And they're just really, really helpful. We develop the bridge between the left and the right hemisphere when we do crossover stuff. So the first crossover thing I'd like you to do, whether you are sitting or standing, doesn't really matter. I'm going to sit because I want to cross my legs as well. I'm going to cross my legs like this. If you can cross your legs like that, great. If you can't cross your legs like that, it's easier when you're sitting on a block, or you can sit on a chair. I don't really care. So let's cross the left leg over the right like this. Okay, and then bring the backs of your hands bring the front of your hands together, but you've crossed over your arms. So now we're going to develop our brain. Drop the shoulders. I see some shoulders coming up. Try. Okay, now bring your hands under and bring them to your chin. So now your legs are crossed. Okay, your left leg is over your right, and your hands are crossed. Okay, and I want you just to sit like this. This is stimulating your left and your right hemisphere of your brain because you're working diagonally across the body. Okay. So what I'd like you to do, the hands aren't interlocked. The hands are, bring them out from the side, cross them over, turn your palms in, let the palms touch, nice and open, and then turn it in underneath your chin. Okay, if it doesn't work for you, if your shoulders are a bit tight, don't worry, just do something that feels like a crossover of your arms. Okay, we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to work with some of our meridians. Okay, so take a big breath in. Imagine that you're breathing in from your upper lip to your tailbone, and then breathing out from your belly button to your chin. Okay, so breathing in from your upper lip to your tailbone. And then breathing out through your mouth from your belly button to your chin. Just 2 more like that. Breathing in, upper lip to tailbone. And then from the belly button to the chin. And 1 more time. Try and breathe out for the mouth for this. Okay, now change your legs. Other leg on top. It's my right leg on top this time. If you're sitting in a chair, that's fine. Release your hands, but notice how they are and just change them the other way around. So the other arm is on top, okay? So if you had your right arm on top, put your left arm on top and then turn them in again. Okay, we're going to do 3 breaths this way. Drop the shoulders, sit very tall from your sitting bones to the crown of your head. Be as tall as you can. Okay, let's breathe in. Upper lip to tailbone. Breathe out from your belly button to your heart center. 2 more. And 1 more. Okay, now I want you to uncross your legs. Sit any way that feels comfortable for you and just see what that feels like. I work with the meridian energy in the body and it is calming. It balances the body and the brain. It unscrambles the brain. We can do movement that stop us being stuck. When you're sweeping your house, don't only, or vacuuming, don't only do it to one side, do it to the other side too. You can learn to be ambidextrous. It's better for your brain that way. Okay, another big good way. Okay, let's do the second one. Exaggerated walking is also good for stimulating your brain. Okay, let me just see my notes for my second one. Okay, my second one, if you can get a chair, that would be good. If you've got a chair or a sofa to sit on, grab that quickly. And we're going to do the second exercise, which is bioenergy for balancing your brain. Okay, so let's sit on our chair. All righty, feet on the ground, sit on the front of your chair. Don't have your back resting against anything. Okay, good. It's lovely to see you guys moving around. And by the way, if your brain thinks while you're exercising, it stimulates your brain 36% more than when your brain is blank when you're exercising. So, and in yoga, you're always thinking about what you're doing. You're always working with your awareness. So it's always much better for your brain than normal exercise. There's brand new research done in Oxford where they're looking at if you jog and listen to an interesting podcast, it's better for your brain than when you jog and don't listen to anything or listen to nonsense stuff. Okay, so feet on the ground. Let's have the left leg over the right leg. Okay, now you're going to cross your arms and you're going to put this one hand. I've got my right arm on top, but with my right hand on the sole of my foot and my left hand on the top of my foot. Okay, and sit straight. Okay, great crossover. So don't let the shoulders be scrunched like this. Stick your boobs out. I always say to my yogis, your nipples are your headlights, okay? Shine them at the road in front of you, not at the floor. Always, always light your path with your headlights. So stick your headlights up. And that physiologically lifts your heart and that physiologically lifts your mood because you stimulate your heart-lung meridian if your chest is open, okay? And your heart is lifted and your spine is long. Okay, 3 breaths. In through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, at the end of the 3rd breath, just release and switch. Okay, so now I have my left arm over. I've got my left hand on the sole of my foot and my other hand on the top of my foot. Okay, sit up straight. Lift the crown of your head towards the sky as if you're suspended by a golden thread from a golden ball just in front of the base of the spine, in front of the tailbone. It's a golden ball, and from that comes a golden thread that's tied to the stars. Let that be a beautiful, straight, unkinked thread. Okay, breathing in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. Okay. Again, just sit comfortably, see what that feels like. Okay. Access to the right and the left hemisphere of your brain through the corpus callosum. They say incredibly gifted people like Leonardo da Vinci and Einstein and whoever else we can think of that was super gifted had a very big corpus callosum, very well developed, because your brain works best when you use both parts of your brain. Okay, now we're going to do a little, this is called the smoothie massage. Okay, and it's a head thing. In fact, I'll come up a little bit so that you can maybe see me a little bit better. So the smoothie massage, I'll show you just quickly and then I'll go through it with you more slowly. Okay, we're gonna have our hands on the eyes for 3 breaths. Then we're gonna massage our temples. We're gonna go around the ears and around the back. We're gonna hang out of our own shoulders, okay, for 3 breaths. So we're just gonna smooth this is your higher brain here, the corpus callosum in the front. So we're just going to stimulate both the hemispheres by touch. Okay, so it's called a smoothie. So put your hands gently, gently, gently on your eyes and 3 breaths, same way as before. So just gently let your hands rest on your eyes. Elbows out to the side, sit tall, headlights up, tailbone down, nice and comfy, and breathe. 3 slow breaths. Elbows up, armpits open. Okay. Give your temple a little massage. Give your temple a little massage. Lovely. To see what that feels like. We hold so much tension in the head. So you're physiologically stimulating your head, integrating both sides of your brain. And then just rub around the tops of your ears, and then rub around the backs of your ears, and then around the back at the neck a little bit, where we hold so much tension. So just give it a little rub at the back of your own neck. And then just holding those tight shoulder places here and just hang out of them. Just hanging out of them. Your hands have magnetic energy in them. So we can touch our own body and bring healing. Okay. And then finish by crossing over your hands at your heart. 3 breaths. Alrighty, when you finished your breath, there are 2 more I want to share with you. Okay, this is the crossover. So just put your right hand on your shoulder. Okay, breath in, and then bring it down to your left hip. Do that again. Shoulder, take a breath in, bring it down to your hip. Just stimulating the crossover energy. And again, breath in, and okay, other side. Hand on the shoulder, breath in, and don't cross your legs at the moment. Try and have the legs on the floor, please. Breath in, and one more time. Alrighty, and if you're a person who likes to sit with your legs crossed, that's grand. Just make sure that you sit with your legs crossed like this for 20 minutes and then with your legs crossed the other way for 20 minutes. Don't sit with your legs crossed one way for all of your life, because you're favoring one half of your brain and not the other half. Okay, righty. Oh, you're just going to try something. You can take your chair away. We're going to come up to standing now. We're just going to have a little go at some crossover movement. So if you want to stimulate your brain, we see a lot of people and they walk like this, they walk very, very unanimated. your legs actually start here. Your psoas muscles start here at your 7th thoracic vertebra. And there's 12 of them. They come down and they fasten here on the insides of your thighs to let you move legs. So what I'd like you to do is take a walk around your room, very animated, but walking from your solar plexus. Don't walk from the tops of your legs. Walk from your solar plexus and swing your arms a lot, because walking is a wonderful crossover function. It's a beautiful crossover function. Fantastic. So if you've been sitting at your desk for hours, do go for a walk, and don't let the neighbors, keep the arms open. Don't make a fist. If you make a fist, the body gets aggressive. That's masculine energy. Okay. Right brain energy. We don't want any of that. Okay. Moving, moving, moving. Big exaggerated walking. Lovely. Okay. So if you're walking, don't ever let your arms hang by your sides like sausages. Swing them. Okay, it's really good. Also uses 40% more energy, so it's good in terms of weight loss to swing your arm. Okay, now we're going to do a classic, which everybody knows. You're going to bring your elbow to your knee. Okay, and arms up, and then elbow to knee, and arms up, and elbow to knee, and arms up, and elbow to knee. Okay, breath in, up, breath out, cross. Breath in, up, breath out, cross. Breath in, up, breath out, cross. Most yoga exercises last as long as a breath, okay? Or several breaths, but they hardly ever last shorter than a breath, like in a gym, okay? And don't make it a big snap movement of the knee. Make it a slow, gradual lift. Yeah. Now you're working your left and your right hemispheres. And you can feel that bringing your arms above your head stimulates your heart immediately. So if you ever feel sad or dark or low energy, just bring your arms above your head several times. Okay, let's take this a little bit further. Bring your elbows to your knees. Okay, now we're going to come up with our body, and then we're going to and don't stick your bum in the air like that. Try and get your bum low. Okay, try and imagine you're a dinosaur and you've got a heavy tail. Let it sink to the ground. Okay, breathing in. Bring the arms up and one of the knees. And down. And up one of the other knees. And down. And up one of the other knees. And down. Okay, just alternate. Breathe out, down. Breathe in, up. Not how fast you do it, how thoroughly you do it. Now we can breathe through the nose, in and out. If you prefer to breathe through your mouth, that's okay by me. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Let's do one more to each side. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Okay, so let's just assume a posture. It's a yoga posture. You may be familiar with it. It's called First Warrior. Okay, step forward with your right foot and take your back foot back. So it's a very masculine posture. It's very yang. It's very strong. Okay, but I just want you to see what you feel like, and when you've done this. Okay, so bend your front leg. Bend your front leg a lot. Even try and see, can you get your thigh level with the ground? Keep your back foot on the ground. Turn your heel in a little bit and your toe out a little bit of the left foot so you can balance. Hips facing forward. Just put your hands on your hips for a moment. So come into a deep lunge, shoulders back, headlights up. Okay, beautiful. Now sweep your arms up either side of your head. Try not to lift your shoulders. So don't scrunch your neck, just lift the arms up. Oh, I see some lovely stuff. Don't overarch your back, guys. It's not about overarching your back. Stretching up, stretching up. See, can you look up at your hands or at the ceiling above your hands? Okay. How do you feel? Anybody feel in the least bit soft and feminine or intimidatable? No. This is not a female posture. This is a power posture. Okay. And females can be powerful. So it's not masculine or feminine. This is a power posture. I always say to people, if you're going to go and see your bank manager and you want a loan, do this outside his office door so that you can feel powerful. Okay, bring your arms down. Let's step the legs together. Or if you're going to see your boss and you want to raise, do a First Warrior outside the office door. Okay, let's step back. Left foot forward, right foot back. Let's bend the front leg a lot. Okay, if you look down, your foot is directly in line with your knee. You can just see your toes. So don't let your knee overshoot your ankle. You could hurt your knee that way. Okay, beautiful. Put your hands on your hips first. Just get those headlights up. Okay, get your stance, get the back foot down and anchor, get the outside of your back foot down. Some of you don't have your leg bent a lot. Go for the bend in the leg. Makes you feel very grounded. Okay, touch your shoulders. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Drop the shoulders, just the arms are up. Chest is open. If you feel stable enough to look up, then do, but don't strain your neck. Don't throw your head back. It's not about that. Don't concertina the back of your neck. Want to keep a nice long neck. Okay, I defy anybody who doesn't feel powerful in this posture. You might be a bit wobbly if you're not used to doing this. So practice it a few times every day and you'll soon be very powerful doing this. Okay, bring the arms down. Okay, so that's a power posture. All righty. Let's try another power posture, Trikonasana, very simple triangle posture. So step the feet about 3 feet apart. I've just realized my camera, I've got a new laptop and I honestly have to say, I'm very grateful for my yoga practice in the last few days because having a brand new laptop is a sublimely stressful experience for somebody like me. So I just noticed that I'm a little bit cut off and my camera isn't at the right angle quite for you guys to see me all the time.
It looks fine, Bill.
Little bit of adjustment needed. Okay, so take your legs 3 feet apart. Turn your feet completely to the right. Okay, right foot turned at 90 degrees, back foot turned at 40 degrees. Turn your hips to face the front. Bring your hands in front of those headlines, strong. Just press your middle fingers into each other. Let the shoulder blades drop, nice and strong. Okay, and then stretch your arms out. Okay, beautiful. Reach over to the right a little bit and see can you tilt. See can you tilt, see can you tilt. You can bring your hand to rest right above your knee or slide it down. It doesn't matter how low you go. What matters is that you don't turn this into a forward bend. Imagine your back is against a wall or you're between 2 pieces of glass. Okay, again, this is strong. If it's possible for you, look up to your thumb. If it's not possible, don't worry about it. It's not about what it looks like, it's about what it feels like. Okay, feel the balance, equal weight between your 2 feet. Again, this isn't a posture that feels in any way anything other than extremely powerful. So enjoy that, stretch your arms. Feel the connection between your hands and your shoulder blades and your tailbone and your feet. They're all one structure. Okay, breathing in, coming up. Drop your left hand behind your left knee and reach up so you get a big stretch. Okay, bring the hands down. All righty. Okay, let's turn the legs the other direction. Turn your hips to face forwards. Make sure you've got both feet turned to the left so that you don't strain your knees. Okay, bring your hands in front of your chest. Press your middle fingers into each other so your shoulder blades engage. Okay, don't have your elbows up here. It'll engage your neck muscles. You want to work with the muscles below your shoulder blades. Okay, take a breath, extend. Okay, big breath in. Let's reach over. Put your hand wherever it will go. It doesn't matter if it's low up your leg or weight or high up the leg. It doesn't matter at all. Okay. What you want to do is strive for your arms to be in one straight line, like they're an oar, like they're one big oar that you would use in a rowing boat, that you can row with the left and to the right. And you're stretching right through your fingertips. Keep it strong. Keep the whole thing strong. And the crown of your head is going towards the wall and your tailbone is going in the opposite direction. If you can't look up, great. If that strains your neck, don't. Never do anything that hurts your neck, your lower back, or your knees, even if I tell you to or anybody else tells you to. Okay, take a breath coming up. And then reach back, touch the back of your knee. And reach up, just opening the body. Okay, breathing in, coming back, and then either step or jump the feet together. Okay, all righty. We've done a little bit of opening up, but I just want to do a little bit more. Now, see, can you bring your feet together in Tadasana? Tadasana means mountain posture. And I go around my yoga classes when I used to have humans in my yoga classes instead of people on Zoom. And I let people stand in Tadasana and I'll try and push them over. Stand strong, mounted. Tadasana means mountain. This is the mountain posture. So stand on the whole of your feet. Okay, curl your toes up for a moment, spread your hands open. It'll just make you stand consciously straighter. Okay, feel all of the places that you're stretching and opening. Okay, now put your toes down, keep the pressure even on your whole foot. Release your hands, but keep the length in your body. Okay, beautiful. Stretch your arms up in the air and then circle your wrists. Just want to wake everything up. Circle the wrists and then circle the wrists in the opposite direction. Okay, bring them down. Okay, make your hands flat as if you're pushing into a wall in front of you, and then bring those flat hands up to the ceiling as if there's a platter that you're balancing on your hands. Always see some beautiful flat hands. Stretch into the fingers. That opens up the shoulders and the armpits, stimulates your lymphatic system in the armpits. Brilliant. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bring those hands down. Interlace your fingers in front of you, turn them over, okay, and bring your hands up above your head. Take the feet hip width apart. Okay, we're going to take a breath in and we're going to lean a little bit to the right. Stretch the lateral side of the body that never gets a look in. Come back to center. And on an out breath, let's go the other way. And breathe into center. And on an out breath, go the other way. And breathe into center. Beautiful. And go the other way. And into center. Okay, we're going to twist a little. Breathing in. And twist to the right. You can lift the heel of your left foot. Arc your body a little bit. Push your hands to the ceiling. Come back to center. And we're going to twist to the left. Twists are fantastic for your brain because you're twisting across the spine. Come back to center. So it's sort of right hand, left foot business. So breathing in, let's twist to the right. And back to center. And then twist to the left. And back to center. Okay, marvelous. Just roll your shoulders. Just roll your shoulders, loosen up, let them come up and around. Ease into them. The shoulders love to hold tension. Don't let them. You watch those sneaky little shoulders. And anytime they feel like they want to get stiff, you do a few things to loosen them up. Okay. All righty. I want us to do something that's called the morning stretch exercise. And it's going to be complicated to do, but it doesn't matter whether you do it right or wrong. It's just a really nice movement to do, and it's fantastic for the right and left hemisphere. So take your legs a little wide apart, interlace your fingers. Okay, bend your knees a little bit, tailbone down. So it's not a forward bend. If you had a tail, it would go straight to the ground. Okay, wonderful. So you're going to sweep your hands up to the right, look up. Okay, it's called gazing at the moon. Now you're going to drop your left elbow in front of your belly button, and then you're going to drop your right elbow in front of your belly button, and then reach up to the left hand side and gaze at the moon. Okay, big breath in. Right elbow down, bring the left elbow down, and bring it up and gaze at the sun. Take a breath in, and drop the elbow, drop the other elbow, make a snake, and look at the moon. And take a breath and drop your elbow and drop your other elbow and gaze at the sun and take a breath and drop one elbow and drop the other elbow and gaze at the moon. Okay, now let's just do that a few times. It just feels lovely. So drop the elbows, bend your knees, just making a snake. This is also fantastic for your spine because you are twisting and stretching your spine. Doesn't really matter what you're doing, guys. It just matters that you move, okay? You reach up and you reach down, you bend your knees, you straighten your knees, you gaze up, you breathe, you're moving, and you are definitely using the left and the right hemispheres of your brain doing this because you're kind of left, right, using everything, stimulating your corpus callosum, integrating the brain function, which is super healthy for your body and super great for your brain. Okay, bring the arms down. That's the sun and moon, actually called the morning, I don't know, it's called the morning exercise. I can't remember. I've got too many routines to remember what each one of them is called. Okay, roll the shoulders back, just ease into them. Ease into them. Okay, let's come to the lovely area that is traditionally the female area. Okay, when we walk, we do everything. We do things from our hips. This is where we do from, okay? So what I'd love you to do is soften your knees and make a circle with those lovely hips of yours. Every time I ask men in my class to do this, half of them can't do this. They just get very embarrassed. But if they've done yoga with me for a few years, about 2 years, they get used to moving their hips. Men can move their hips. I embarrass them and say, if you've ever had sex, you can move your hips. And then they giggle a bit and then they do it. Okay. Okay. Our culture has been really, masculine behavior has become the norm, and thank goodness it's changing a lot. I was thinking back when I was planning what to do with you guys this morning about how different things were 40 years ago when I trained as a yoga teacher. Oh my goodness gracious me. So things have changed, not to mention office stuff. I remember flying club class in the 1980s and being the only female in a suit in club class, the only person who wasn't clearly somebody's wife, Okay, so can you make a figure of 8 with your hips? Okay, what that involves is take your hip to the right little toe, and then to the left heel, left little toe, right heel, right little toe, left heel, left little toe, right heel. Again, it doesn't matter. Just move those hips. Move them, integrate, 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 integrate. Okay, fabulous. You can't do any circular movement like this without stimulating both hemispheres of your brain. Not possible, because you're doing left, right, left, right, left, right. Imagine how great that is for your spine, because your sacrum that sits here, that is the main bone structure that supports your head, is the cause of a lot of back pain because we get stiff in the hips. Okay. All right. Marvelous. Okay, just bring your feet together for me and make a circle with your knees. We want to get those guys going as well. We don't want to neglect the knees. Again, don't make it a big bang movement. Smooth, always smooth. Honor the shape of your bones, guys. They're all either round or spherical. There's not a square bone in your body. So you should never do square moves. You should oscillate when you move, gracefully oscillate and do gorgeous swervy things. That's what your body is designed to do. Okay, take the legs. And I mean, and what do we think is sexy? What do we think is a sexy movement? We like people who move smoothly, don't we? Whether they be male or female. We think smooth movers are sexy. We don't think jerky movers are sexy. Okay, put your hands, because we know that's good for the body. Put your hands on your knees, bring them together and apart, and together and apart. It's very important to, what you're doing here is you're integrating from your feet to your knees, to your hips, up your spine, even to your shoulders, okay? Integrating the whole body, because really everything starts with your feet. Go the other way. If you're standing up, your entire posture will be determined by what's happening with your feet. And if you're sitting down, your entire posture will be determined by how you're sitting on your sitting bones, whether you're slouching back on them or whether you're sitting nice and directly above your sitting bones. Okay, wonderful. Now let's do something for the ankle. So standing on your right foot, lift the left and point and flex the toe 10 times. This is good for balance. You can feel it engages the core muscles. It's good for coordination. Okay, now circle your ankle. And the opposite direction. Okay. Now see, can you stand on your right leg? Can you swing your left leg without it touching the ground? Let's let it become loose. Let the arms swing. Yay, left right movement. The brain is working. Okay, fantastic. Can you go across your body? You can also do this holding onto a wall or onto a chair, and then behind. I was doing private yoga with I can't coordinate my arms. Take a leg behind. Okay, just take the leg behind. And you can bring it in front. I was doing yoga with an 83-year-old and she was doing this perfectly. So there's no reason to get old if you do your yoga practice. Okay, let's go the other way. So first of all, stand on your left foot, get grounded through your left foot. Okay, stretch, point and flex. Do with your arms whatever you feel is helpful. Lift those headlights. Circle. Other direction. Okay, beautiful. Standing on the left, see, can you swing? You see, if you feel you haven't got the balance, guys, don't give up on an exercise. If we don't practice balance, we don't have balance. So you can just put your hand on a chair and then you can swing wildly. You know, you don't have to not do something. Yeah, good. I see somebody holding onto the ceiling. Fantastic. It's exactly what you want to do. And then take it across the body. Take it across the body. Yay. And I love the arms that are going and seeing the arms going everywhere. Fantastic brain stimulation happening there. You want to use your whole brain. Not using your whole brain is what I say to people. It's like hopping around on one leg. It's like not using both your legs when you've got them, you know? So use them. All right. Go in front and in the back. And in front and in the back. And in front and in the back. And in front and in the back. Okay, absolutely superb. Okay, let me see. All righty. So what I wanted to do is just a little bit of shoulder work, guys. I'll tell you what. Like I said, most of us have tight shoulders, so I just want to work a little bit into shoulders for you. We're going to lie on our bellies. We're going to do 3 things. I'm just going to show you what they are before we lie down because you won't see me when you're lying down. So the first one is called the eye. So it's you have your arms up above your head. You make your hand, I'm going to put my hand here so you can see it. Make a soft fist with your thumb sticking up because that engages into the lats, into the latissimus dorsi, okay? So arms up, and then you're going to bring your arms back. And so you're going to be on your belly, so you're going to bring your arm, lift them off the floor. We'll do it together. Just have a look and see. This is your eye, okay? Right? You can try it even. And then the next one is a T, which is this one lying on the floor. You're just bringing your arms back. Don't bring your body forward. Don't swing, don't swing, don't swing. Don't use momentum. Squeeze, stretch, open. Feel those shoulder blades gliding over the rib cage. Okay, yeah, beautiful. That's your T. The next one is your W. Your hands are going to be here, and you're going to lift the elbows and bring them down, and lift the elbows and bring them down. Okay. The last one is the Y. Your hands are like this again with a little yes shape with your thumb, and you're just going to lift your arms up and down, and arms up and down. So come to lie on your belly. Okay, if you feel that the floor is too hard or you haven't got a nice soft yoga mat, then just fold a blanket, put it underneath your pubic bone so that it doesn't crush you, because it's very unpleasant when that happens. Okay, so the first one, put your forehead on the ground, have your hands by the sides of your head, and you're resting your fist on the ground. Don't start, don't rush. This is not a competition. It's not how many you do or how quick you do them. Okay. So thumb up in the air. Okay, breathing in, lift the thumbs. And breathing out, bring them down. You'll feel the entire structure from your hands to your tailbone. Don't clench your buttocks. Breathing in, lift. Breathing out, down, nice and slow. It's a squeeze. Breathing in, lift. And breathing out, down. And breathing in, lift. And breathing out, down. And breathing in, lift. And breathing out, down. And one more time. Breathing in, lift. And down. Okay, bring your arms out to the sides in a T shape. So your thumbs are in line with your armpits. Okay, and you're going to breathe in, lift. Just lift those arms 6 inches off the ground or 1 inch. It doesn't matter. Breathe in, lift. You're just stretching into the triceps, biceps, and what I want you to feel most of all is your shoulder blades moving. So on your own breath, breathing in as you lift, and bring it down as you breathe out, and breathe in as you lift, and breathe out as you bring it down. Okay, let's do the W. So put your hands in front of your face, elbows out to the side, a little bit, forehead on the ground, and you're going to lift the whole arm structure from your armpit to the fingers on an in-breath, and then slowly, calmly, evenly down. Don't clench your buttocks, don't tighten your legs. It's not necessary. Just use the structure. You're like a beautiful bat or a beautiful butterfly or a beautiful bird. You can feel how the entire structure of your arm is connected to every bit of your spine all the way down to your tailbone. So just lift the arms up evenly. Don't lift the hands more than the arms. Don't lift the arms more than the hands. Just work with your breath, lift them, and don't bring them up fast. Bring them up nice and slow. The head stays on the ground. We're just working into those shoulders. Just a couple more of those. Good. It looks fabulous. Bring it up. Feel that whole structure. Can you feel how physiologically your entire arm is attached to your spine? And it is, with muscles and ligaments literally attached to every single vertebra. So you really have wings. The fact that there isn't a membrane between your hands and your tailbone is purely academic. You were a flying thing once upon a time. Okay. Last one is the wide. So your hands are as wide as your yoga mat, thumb sticking up, soft fist, and you're just going to bring arms up again and down. Breathing in up, breathing out down, breathing in up and breathing out down, and breathing in up and breathing out down. Two more. I'm actually doing them too fast. Do one more for good luck. Okay, bring your hands right next to your boobs and pushing back into a wide-legged child posture. So feet together, knees wide. It's called the hare, and you can put your forehead on the ground, stretching your arms out. Come slowly, move slowly. Wait for the fascia, that layer underneath your skin, that silvery layer. All of your 80% water body is wrapped in fascia, which is like about 6 layers of cling film, which is just underneath your skin. And you have to wait for that fascia layer to stretch, to give, before you can move into the next posture without hurting something. Just gently wait. So just come into a child posture. Okay. Now I want you to bring your hands around to your feet. See if you can hold on to your heels. If you can't, just place your hands next to your legs. If your head won't go on the ground, then put a block or a cushion under your head, or make a soft fist or two and rest your head on those fists. Okay, just want you to take a few breaths in this position. Let your tailbone sink down as much as it can. Let your ribcage be between your knees. If your forehead can touch the ground, wonderful. Releasing the shoulders. Slow, normal breaths. Don't force the breath in any way now. You can just watch it. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. I want you to feel the sensation of this posture compared to some of the power postures we did earlier. This is a quietening posture. You can feel that. It feels very protected. We've got our hard, strong rib cage and the back of our body, which is way, way, way harder and more defensive, like a turtle shell, both physiologically and emotionally. We don't even think about our backs until we get back pain. So whereas our bellies and our hearts and the front of ourselves, we're very protective of. So this is a posture in which people feel very safe. Some children sometimes sleep like this. So if you ever feel that you need to feel safe, this is a good posture to be in. Completely different energy. Again, this is how your yoga connects to what's happening in your brain. Okay, bring your hands either side of your head. Breathing in, coming up head first, nice and slow, so that you don't hurt anything. Okay, guys, I want you to come lie flat on your backs for me again. And we're going to finish with a little twist. Okay, so I just want to test that everybody's back is okay. So lie flat, bring your knees up, rock a little bit, make sure everything's okay. And for our last male, female, left brain, right brain integrative stretch, cross your right leg over your left, stretch your arms out to the sides, and then drop your knees to the left-hand side. Try and keep your right shoulder on the ground. Physiologically, you might feel a stretch in your armpit, you might feel a stretch in your left hip, you might feel a stretch in the buttocks on the right-hand side, down the front of the thigh. Depends on how you've been using your body, how much exercise you've done, how well you've slept, what you've been thinking about. You know, there's so many things, what you've eaten, so many things have an impact on how our bodies feel. But don't judge, don't worry about it. Just notice and start from where you are. And then as you lie there and breathe, just let it go. This is also integrative for the body because, again, we're crossing over. If you want to make it even more brain involving, left hemisphere, right hemisphere involving, so you can gently tilt your head and look at your right thumb. Don't do that if it hurts your neck. Keep looking at the ceiling if that feels uncomfortable for you. Can you drop that right shoulder? And by the way, talking about turtle shells in the back of our body, if we bring the shoulders up towards the ears, or as a teacher of mine used to say, if you wear your shoulders as earrings, that is a very defensive posture for the body. So it will make you anxious if you allow your shoulders to ride up. If you drop your shoulders, you will open your heart and you will feel stronger and braver and more confident. So you can completely induce a mood in your body by the way that you're holding it or the way that you're exercising and the way that you're breathing. Okay, come back to center. Cross the left leg over the right. You can shimmy your bum a little bit to the left and then drop your knees to the left-hand side. Again, place that left arm anywhere that feels like you're getting a nice stretch, but where it doesn't hurt. Try and keep as much of your left shoulder on the floor if you can. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, doesn't matter. Our bodies are different. Some people have very long upper bodies and it's possible for them to put their shoulders down. Some people have very long legs and shorter upper bodies and it's just not possible. So never judge a yoga posture by what it looks like. Our anatomies are as unique as our fingerprints. So it doesn't need to look the same on everybody. In fact, it doesn't. Yoga looks different on different bodies. And that's perfect. That's exactly the way it should be. So enjoy your practice and let it bring you health and vitality and integration and balance in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. The purpose of yoga is to still the mind. It was designed for sages to sit very, very still and meditate. And you can't sit still if your body's achy because you get distracted by pain. So the exercises were developed in order for the body to be strong and supple so that one could be still and clear the mind so that one could contemplate, wonderful spiritual things. So that's the purpose of, we all know how quickly our minds jump around. And in your yoga practice, your mind finally becomes still and you can get a bit of rest. It also integrates mind, body, and spirit so that all of your wonderfulness is unified. Mind, body, and spirit in one place in the present moment. Okay, let's come back to center. And again, just to make sure those backs are okay, just bring the knees down onto your chest and make a few slow circles, easing. Then if you lie flat on your back for a moment, I have a little tiny poem I want to share with you. It's written by a guy called Richard Wagamies. He's a First Nations guy. And I just love this poem. And it reminds me, I thought it was very apt for this workshop. Okay, here is what he says. So just lie still, completely relaxed. Okay. I am not here in this life to be well balanced and admired. I am here to be an oddball, eccentric, different, wildly imaginative, creative, daring, curious, inventive, and even a tad strange at times. I'm here to pray and chant and meditate and sing and find the creator in the blue of the sky, in the sunrise, in touch, and in the laughter of children. I'm here to discover me in all of that. I'm here to add chunky, funky bits of me to the swirl and swagger and churn of life and living. It demands that I be authentic. So when you look out of your window into the world and you see me dancing in the fields, that's me. Alrighty, guys. The way to come out of a yoga from being on the floor safely. Bring the knees up, roll to one side. So I want you to roll to one side for a moment in a fetal position, and then roll to the other side to wake up the other side of your brain. And then push with your top hand and come up sideways to sitting. Namaste. We are done. Thank you so very much.
So Hildy, thank you. That was awesome and marvelous. And you'll be staying with us for some of the day today, is that right?
I will stay with you as long as I can stay awake. Yes.
Awesome, thank you. So ladies, we will be back here. Kathleen, could you give us a time for the 45 minutes?
9:16 Pacific time.
Okay, so let's say 9:20. And then if everybody can log out and then log back in, that would be great.
Got it.
All right, thank you. Bye. Have a nice breakfast. Hildy, can you stay for a sec?
I can.